Here's Elon Musk's top 5 predictions for 2021. Each are shocking in scale and impact and would change the world as we know it. Prediction number 1, 2021 will be the year we get self-driving cars. Elon predicts FSD, full self-driving, will be here in 2021. How will this change things? Elon says FSD and robotaxis will make Uber obsolete. He's launching the Tesla network where anyone can add their self-driving Tesla and choose who can use it. The car will then drive itself to pick you up and find its way home. With this model, Elon is turning car ownership on its head. Instead of your car being an expense, your self-driving car will be an asset, like a property or a business making passive income for you. Elon predicts it will bring the cost of ride sharing down from $2 or $3 to under 18 cents a mile. According to Elon, an Uber driver could switch to the Tesla network and make up to $30,000 a year with the Tesla robotaxi, all without the need to drive. In fact, Teslas will cost less and give a higher return on investment than most investment properties. Yes, government regulation is still catching up, but if Elon is even half right, this will change the entire auto industry as we know it, starting in 2021. And when it comes to car predictions, Elon has been right before. In 2018, he predicted Tesla would sell 1 million cars by 2020. That happened in March this year. Now he predicts 20 million Tesla car sales a year by 2027, and that's still only 1% of the existing global fleet of 2 billion cars. Elon says, are we really changing the world if we're not switching out 1% of the global fossil fuel vehicles? This is just one of the reasons Tesla's share price has jumped 1,500% from $86 to $660 this year. And to give you an idea of how crazy that growth is, Tesla passed Toyota in July as the world's most valuable car company 6 months later, and is now worth 3 times Toyota. Prediction number 2, 2021 will be the year satellite internet rolls out. While you've been in lockdown, Elon has been shooting internet-linked satellites up into space. His SpaceX subsidiary Starlink has been launching 60 satellites a month, and he's now got 1,000 of them orbiting Earth. Starlink internet is already in beta mode for $100 a month in some US states and Canada, with download speeds of 50 to 150 megabits per second. Elon's prediction? Internet access by satellite will be rolled out across the US and then the world in 2021. The US government agrees. Just a few weeks ago, the FCC gave SpaceX an $885 million grant to bring its Starlink service to 35 US states. Elon has already got FCC approval to launch 12,000 satellites, and that compares to a total of just 3,300 operational satellites today, and 10,500 satellites and spacecraft launched in all of human history. Satellite internet is a game changer. It will be the beginning of the end of government-controlled internet access, and it's a small step from having internet access to servers in space, bank accounts in space, company registrations in space, and even citizenship in space. And this isn't just the US, it's global. Starlink has already been selected as one of the ISPs for Australia's 5G network, and they already have approvals from Germany, with more countries to come. Imagine that, revolutionizing the auto industry, then revolutionizing internet access. Right now, Starlink is funded by Elon's SpaceX, which just raised another $1.9 billion at a $46 billion valuation. Elon says he sees Starlink being the next company he takes public in an IPO. He's shooting for the moon, literally. Prediction number 3, 2021 will be the year we return to the moon. In case you missed it, earlier this month, China's Chang'e 5 spacecraft landed on the moon. It was humanity's first trip to bring moon rocks back to Earth in 44 years. Elon predicts the US will be one step further in 2021, landing remote-controlled buggies that will stage the first moon race. The date has already been set with a planned SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch in October 2021. The organizing company, Moonmark, has already launched a student design competition for the buggies. Frank Stevenson, who's been head designer for Ferrari, Maserati, and McLaren, is their design consultant, and Intuitive Machines is their spaceflight director. Intuitive Machines is already part of NASA's CLPS program. What's CLPS? Commercial Lunar Payload Services. What we're seeing here is nothing less than the beginning of the colonization of space, beginning in 2021. This year, NASA published its Artemis plan to land the first couple on the moon by 2024, the same timeframe that Elon has set for the first crewed mission to land on Mars. If you thought self-driving cars and satellite internet will change things, space colonies will forever transform civilization itself. That's because the main reason humans are crazy enough to be destroying our only planet is because there's too many people with too few resources and nowhere to go. In space, there's an abundance of resources, which means we can give the Earth a break. Future thinkers from Elon Musk to Stephen Hawking agree. Our only true chance of long-term survival is for humans to become a multi-planetary species. That journey begins in 2021. And from the moon to the sun, here's prediction number 4. 2021 will be the year solar shines. Elon predicts solar power and energy storage businesses will grow even faster than electric vehicles. Over half the world's countries and most US states are now at or below solar grid parity when solar power becomes cheaper than existing fossil fuel energy from the grid. Elon recently said, in the long term, I expect Tesla Energy to be roughly the same size as Tesla's automotive sector of business. Why is Elon so bullish on the growth of Tesla Energy? Because he isn't just building batteries and solar panels, he's building entire virtual power plants. News from September, Tesla developing Australia's largest virtual power project. News from October, Tesla launched UK-based virtual power plant project. And from Tesla's own website, earn cash from your Powerwall and create a cleaner, stronger grid. National Grid and Eversource customers in Massachusetts, Connecticut, or Rhode Island can now enroll their Powerwall in Connected Solutions, a program that links batteries across the state to create a large supply of sustainable energy, a virtual power plant, to be used during peak demand. What is a virtual power plant? Tesla is connecting thousands of homes with solar panels and batteries into one sun-powered network, then connecting them to the national grid. This gives homeowners a way to profit from their power. Just like Elon's robotaxis, he is turning energy from a monthly cost into a monthly income stream. As with all his businesses, whether his customers are homeowners, car owners, or governments, he always finds a model where his customers don't just get a great product, they get a return on their investment. And that's another big shift happening in 2021. Business models where customers make more money than they spend. And that brings us on to prediction 5, the most shocking and controversial of them all. This one isn't one that Elon is making publicly, but it is one which looks the most certain in 2021. 2021 will be the year Elon Musk tops the rich list. This year, Elon has grown in net worth from $20 billion to $148 billion. He's leapfrogged everyone to be the second wealthiest person on the planet. He's now behind Jeff Bezos by just $30 billion. Amazon is growing fast, but Tesla is growing faster. 20% more, and 49-year-old Elon will become the richest person in the world by his 50th birthday. So here's a question for you. Do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing? At a time when so many are out of work and struggling, is it okay that one man goes from 20 billion to more like 200 billion in net worth within 2 years? Post what you think in the comments below. And while you do that, here's 3 reasons why this prediction is practically a certainty. The first is Tesla versus Amazon. In 2020, Amazon's share price has grown from $1,900 to $3,200. That's a 70% increase compared to Tesla's 670% increase. Amazon now has a quarter of the US online shopping pie compared to Tesla having 1.3% of US car sales. So Tesla can keep growing much faster and further than Amazon. The second is how Elon gets paid. He gets paid mainly in shares. Right now, Elon owns 21% of Tesla compared to Jeff Bezos owning 11% of Amazon. He just got $3.5 billion in new stock options, and he's got another $56 billion coming from his 2018 compensation plan if he hits the milestones he's been set. Those include reaching a Tesla market cap of $650 billion by 2028. And yep, he's already done that in 2 years instead of 10. The third is that Elon is only at the beginning of his journey. And there's now every chance Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, Neuralink, and the Boring Company all become part of one company. 2 days before Christmas, longtime Tesla shareholder Dave Lee tweeted, I propose Elon Musk to form a holding company called X. X's mission is to ensure human survival and progress. X becomes parent company of Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and Boring Company. Elon, what do you think? Elon replied, good idea. If he did this, Elon's group of companies would come full circle from X.com when Elon launched and then merged with PayPal 20 years ago. Result in Elon combining all his companies into one group with one global mission, and it would most likely create the world's first $10 trillion company and make Elon the world's first trillionaire. Which brings us back to whether all of this is a good thing or a bad thing. What would this mean for you in 2021? And what would this mean for Tesla's share price? Here's 3 big messages I hope you take from this video. The first is that this YouTube prediction video will be more accurate than most. That's because the person making the predictions is the one who's going to fulfill them. As the saying goes, The best way to predict the future is to create it. It's Elon's ability to predict, plan, and deliver that makes so many people want to invest in him and the future he creates. He's a walking, talking, self-fulfilling prophecy. Especially today, everyone wants a future to believe in and someone to trust. This is true for you too. You're only as big as the size of your dreams and your ability to enlist others to help make them come true. The second is that Elon's hundreds of billions of dollars in net worth, this is not money in his bank account. This is worth based on others putting value on the future of his companies. And that value is based on him having to keep showing up each day to make the collective dreams of all his customers and investors come true. In fact, he spends relatively little money himself, and this year he sold all his houses to focus 100% on his mission of getting to Mars. He knows he can't take the money with him when he dies, so all that wealth, he'll be reinvesting most if not all of it in making his predictions a reality. The third message: if you're an investor and you want to invest your money to be both fast growth and low risk today, don't focus on the business as much as the person. I invested in Tesla when its shares were under $30. I did it after test driving a Tesla Roadster 7 years ago. I did it because I believed Elon was someone worth betting on. Today, all my stock picks aren't based on companies, but on entrepreneurs running them. We are living in such fast changing times, no business model can survive for long without changing. But the best entrepreneurs will always find a way through any crisis, and they'll bring their customers and investors with them. Today, Tesla's share price is over $660. What will it be in the future? Billionaire Ron Barron owns $300 million of Tesla stock, and he says he expects a 20 times return on his investment. Recently he said, we made 10 times so far, 3 to 5 times to come in the next 10 years. 2 more doubles, maybe 3 more doubles in 10 years, that's what the expectation is. That's between a 2 times and 8 times growth from the current price, but if there's a stock market crash, it may also fall. Either way, I go with Ron Barron's forecast, which is why I'm also holding my shares for the long term. What you choose to do is up to you, but I hope from this video you'll see my rationale as to why it makes sense to invest in those people best at creating the future you want to see. Elon isn't always right, but he has a way of turning even his mistakes into opportunities, and that's the beauty of predictions. Thinking about the future means you're ready for things whichever way they go. So why does he do it? Why does he work so hard on the hard things? Here's the reason from Elon himself.
I read a quote from Arthur C. Clarke which said that a sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And that's really true. If you go back, say, 300 years, the things that we take for granted today would be, you'd be burned at the stake for. Being able to fly, that's crazy. Being able to see over long distances, being able to communicate, and having access to all the world's information instantly from almost anywhere on the earth. This is stuff that really would be magic, or would be considered magic in times past. In fact, I think it actually goes beyond that, because there are many things that we take for granted today that weren't even imagined in times past. They weren't even in the realm of magic. So it actually goes beyond that. So I thought, well, if I can do some of those things, basically if I can advance technology, then that's like magic, and that would be really cool. And I was at sort of a slight existential crisis, because I was trying to figure out what does it all mean? Like, what's the purpose of things? And I came to the conclusion that if we can advance the knowledge of the world, if we can do things that expand the scope and scale of consciousness, then we're better able to ask the right questions and become more enlightened, and that's really the only way forward.